Hi guys, I'm Dea.
I'm Grace.
Johnny will be working behind the scenes. Today we're going to talk about Gestalt Therapy and the empty chair technique. Gestalt Therapy is a phenomenological existential therapy founded by Frederick Fritz and Laura Perls in the 1940s. Fritz Perls was the main originator and developer of Gestalt Therapy. He valued examining the present situation at hand.
The initial goal is for clients to expand their awareness of what they are experiencing at the moment in the present. Change will occur automatically during the awareness process. To achieve awareness, this usually involves insight and sometimes introspection.
This style of therapy is an existential, phenomenological, and process-based. Individuals must understand the context of the ongoing relationship within themselves and their immediate environment. The phenomenological focuses on the client's perception of reality. The existential is grounded in the notion that people are always striving to remake themselves.
It should be noted that the therapist should get themselves fully engaged into what the patient might be feeling, without judgment, and at the same time remain the role of the therapist.
In Gestalt therapy, it is believed that the way individuals behave in the present moment is far more crucial to self-understanding than why they behave as they do. The technique of the empty chair comes from Fritz Perls himself, the founder of Gestalt therapy, by using Gestalt principles in psychology.
The technique is focused on battling the opposing emotions, thoughts, or behaviors that lead an individual to a disconnect between their current environment and themselves. This includes the idea of creating and deconstructing the emotion, thought, or behavior into the smaller aspects that make the whole of the current emotion, thought, behavior.
The forest for the trees, so to speak.
The opposing emotions are brought to light and discussed between the two torn apart sides within the individual seeking solitude.
Just imagine a person being able to split themselves into the emotions they feel and giving them a voice, posture, and gestures. No person is ever completely self-sufficient. In Gestalt theory, we are believed to be a byproduct of ourselves and the multitude of external factors.
People either make contact or withdraw from their immediate environment. Contact leads to connecting with people or things, and it's reinforced. Withdraw is to eliminate people and things that are believed to cause harm.
The main focus of this technique is to point out how a person perceives their troubles in the here and now and what is needed to solve present and future issues.
Implementing the empty chair technique has to be done after the counselor and the client has established rapport and a strong therapeutic relationship. This technique is composed of 6 steps.
The first step consists of the counselor telling the client that 2 different positions or polarities the client is experiencing will be discussed in the given situation. The counselor should tell the client that the technique is used to put an end to any resistance she or he might be feeling within themselves. The counselor should set 2 chairs facing each other representing the opposing emotion the client might have. The client then sits on one chair and expresses his feelings, then sits on the other chair and expresses the opposite polarity.
The second step consists of what is called deepening the experience. The client is asked to choose which side he is most inclined to or has the strongest feeling towards that polarity of emotion.
The third step consists of the client expressing the strongest side of the polarity. The client starts the debate within themselves, but now in a tangible form, speaking both sides to themselves. The counselor should summarize what the client is feeling and ask what or how questions.
The fourth step is called counter-expression. The client sits in the opposite chair and responds to the initial opposition. Then the counselor helps the client respond to the reverse argument. The client will be jumping back and forth from chair to chair, expressing both sides of the situation.
The fifth step has the client go back and forth between the roles until the counselor or the client decides that everything has been fully expressed. A solution is sometimes found, but it's not always required for this technique.
The sixth step is coming up with an action plan that the client will come to terms with.
This technique can be used under multiple variations, such as with children. The back and forth talking will continue until the child has fully expressed themselves. A tape recorder can be used if that helps the child. Fantasy dialogue is another variation. Here the client does the self-talk with themselves in regards to a body part they have issues with. Finally, in a catastrophe scenario, the client faces a worst-case scenario which can help the client express the feeling that comes with the situation.
The empty shirt technique is useful because it gets the client to bring out and express the contrast of their emotions, and it can also help the individuals realize deeper feelings that still impact them. Also useful for clients who have unfinished business and were not able to get everything out in the open at the necessary time. Now we will demonstrate you the empty shirt technique.
Hi Samantha, how are you doing today?
How do I look like I'm doing?
You seem to be upset.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really know.
Do you want to share with me how you're feeling at this moment in time?
I feel used, frustrated, angry, and annoyed. I don't know what to do about it.
Can you tell me what's causing you to feel used?
Yes, my boss makes me do almost all the work, even some of my coworkers' tests. He does it because he knows he can't depend on me to get everything done. And sometimes it's too much. I want to tell him I have enough with my own work duties, but I can't, and this makes me upset. I just feel so used. I just want to punch him in the face.
So I see you feel two different emotions. You feel defeated and angry.
Exactly.
I'd like to use a technique with you. It's called the empty chair technique. At first it may seem a little awkward, but it will help you become more aware of your emotions. I'll pull out two chairs, each representing one of your opposing selves. What opposing selves do you think I'm referring to?
My defeated self and my angry side.
Good, so let's get started. This chair is for your defeated side, and the opposing one is for your angry side. So pretend that you're being split up into two people, one defeated and the other one angry. You're going to give each of them a voice and express yourself. Now, which one are you feeling more right now?
Defeated.
Okay, so concentrate on those feelings as your defeated self and tell your angry self what it is that you're feeling. Begin whenever you're ready. Don't be afraid. I'm here to help you if you need me.
I'm tired of being tired. I can't take being taken advantage of anymore. I let my boss give me all this extra work, and I don't know why I let him. I'm miserable. I can't think straight when I get home. I'm too tired to play with my son and spend time with my family. I don't even have time for myself. You come out at the wrong times and don't say the right things. You make me so angry. You make me hate my boss instead of trying to reason with him.
And right now, how are you feeling?
Right now, I wish my boss would be more considerate with the amount of work he gives me.
Good job, Samantha. Go ahead and switch to the other chair and act her role.
You inconsiderate jerk, you're nothing without me. Can you see that I'm trying to help you? I'm doing all the work for you. If you grew a backbone, maybe you wouldn't see me as often. You need to grow up and take responsibility for your actions. You're never going to change.
Repeat that last part, please.
You're never going to change.
Again.
You're never going to change.
One more time.
You're never going to change.
What are you feeling now?
I'm feeling like she doesn't realize that she's the one who put me here. I'm always devastated. I'm always going to be here.
Go ahead and go back to the other chair once more and say anything that you'd like to say back.
I realize that too much of me is going to make a lot of you. I don't want to carry you with me all day anymore. I need to do something about it.
You did a great job, Samantha.
Wow, you really got me to analyze how I feel. I realize I need to make some changes. Thank you for making me aware of my feelings.
You're welcome. So now you realize that if you do something to feel less defeated, you will be able to manage your anger. Anger isn't always bad, but too much of something can overwhelm you. Maybe you can practice more at home during the week. You did amazingly well today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.